Charitable giving is something that a lot of us take pride in doing throughout our life. But did you know that there are surprising benefits to using charitable giving in your estate plan? Hi, Nancy Beaubear here with Agape and NEXsteps. Charitable giving is something that a lot of us do. We have causes that we care about. Or maybe we knew somebody who passed away because of a specific disease or a specific illness. And it makes us feel good to be able to give a financial contribution that allows those charities to continue doing what they're doing. And some people do like to leave something when they're passing away to a cause that they really cared about. But a lot of people don't understand that there are real benefits for your estate to allocate at least some money for charitable giving when you do pass away. Now, a lot of people in Canada do know that you can claim a percentage of what your charitable giving is. You'll get a tax receipt, and that goes against your taxable income in your tax filings every year. But did you know that when your estate gives a charitable gift, you get a tax benefit dollar for dollar? And that's where the big tax benefit comes in. Now, many of you have watched my video and read my article on the final tax bill. A lot of people just don't really understand the implications of how serious that final tax bill can be to your estate. You might think that you're leaving your children the bulk of a $2 million RRSP. But in reality, what happens is on the day that you pass away, the CRA has what they call a deemed disposition. And what that means is that it is as if you sold that asset just before you passed away at market value. What that means is that income from that RRSP now becomes part of the deceased's income for that return, and you can lose a significant portion of that to taxes, which leaves a lot of people blindsided. Your heirs, your beneficiaries, they didn't expect that. Nobody expects that. There have been instances where the executor has had to sell assets from the estate in order to pay that final tax bill, because the tax bill and other debts are always settled and satisfied before there is any distribution of anything to the heirs and beneficiaries. So that's where charitable giving can really help. Now, this is a tool, a trick, whatever you want to call it, that a lot of high net worth individuals have used to their advantage for many years. Of course, they can afford those accountants that are looking for these kinds of things for them with their planning. But that doesn't mean that you have to be a high net worth individual to take advantage of this. If your estate leaves a percentage to a favorite charity, that will offset some of that final tax bill. Depending on how much you leave, it may offset all of the tax bill. There are different strategies that you can do when you're structuring your charitable giving within your estate as well. In some instances, people will take out an insurance policy that will give that money to the charity while the estate ends up receiving that full benefit of that tax credit, which can completely eliminate any taxes due. Now, I want to caution you here, I am not a tax accountant, I am not a lawyer, and I do recommend that you do get the appropriate advice for your specific circumstance. As a certified executor advisor, what I can do for you is I review your specific instance with you, and I can give you some suggestions, and I can set you up with appropriate professionals who are within my network who can help you with some of these decisions. One thing that I would suggest is make sure that if you are considering giving a charitable donation as a bequest, that you do make sure that you put that in your will. Your will gives your executor the specific legal instructions on what to do, And these charities are used to working with executors. So they can walk through this together and help create that legacy that you so wanted to leave. Aside from really leaving that legacy and leaving something that you really wanted to do to a cause that you really cared about, it also has practical advantages, practical tax benefits. So don't discount something like charitable giving when you're doing your estate planning. As always, I've got an article over on my website. The link is in the description box. Please go over and take a look at it. There's a little bit more detail there. Reach out. I'm happy to help you. And if you have more questions, I'm happy to answer those as well. Thanks very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.